My name is Holly, and during this class, we're going over the topic of isolation, and we will be reading an article, and basically we'll be talking about the decline of face-to-face contact because of the technology that we have today with smartphones and other things like that. So it should be an interesting topic. And hello again, Jonathan.
Hello, Holly. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been way too long. So, all right. And Min, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Good morning. What time is it? About 7, 8?
No, 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
8.
Okay. So 8. Okay. Yes. Awesome. So morning for you. So good morning, Min, and good evening, Jonathan. So. And in a few hours, it'll be good morning to the Asians, good evening to the Americans, and then a good morning, anyway, there'll be a few hours where we could say good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's pretty funny. So
Yes.
anyway, and yeah, Hussein Naga, how are you today?
6 morning, early morning in Baku, 6, 8
Hello?
p.m. Hello.
Hello?
Morning,
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning. Your name is Hussein Naga,
Yes,
and
exactly.
where are you? All right, and where are you from?
I am from Baku, Azerbaijan.
Oh
You
yes, I know
uh,
you. Yes. Yeah.
part of Soviet Union
Yeah.
Republic,
Exactly. I
former.
recognized I recognized your name, but I wasn't sure. I thought maybe he has been in my class, maybe he has not. So anyway,
Yes.
good morning. What time is it in Azerbaijan?
6 a.m.
6
Early morning.
p.m. Wow, good morning. Good
Good
morning to
morning.
you.
Good morning. Thank you.
So, and hello, Jeremy. How are you? Okay, maybe he's getting his internet worked out. And Julio, how are you this evening?
Hello, Holly. I'm doing great, thank you.
Great, nice to see you.
Nice to
And
see you again.
then we have, is it Tice RHCP? What do I call you? What is your name?
Thais.
Tice. Okay, and where are you from, Tice?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you. My name is Holly, and I'm from Idaho in the U.S. So, and I love your dog. What is his name?
Melissa.
Melissa?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to. I'm in this, but I now show off my dog.
Oh,
So this is mine.
that's good.
His name is Alpo. So
Apple.
this picture was taken. Yeah, Alpo. Yeah, like the dog food. This picture was taken about I don't know, about 10 years ago, I
Oh,
guess.
that's great.
Maybe not that long ago, 8 years ago. So, and then we have another animal as well, except my computer is frozen. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, my computer froze for a second. Then we also have Daniel's cat.
Hey, it's me.
But where's your cat? I don't
What?
see it. Can you see your cat?
If I
I
can
can't
see
see
my
your
cat?
cat. Yeah. Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Here we go.
sure.
Here's Daniel's cat, everyone. So, all right. And then of course we have Alejandro's cat. So, and then Jeremy. Good morning. No, good afternoon. Good evening to you. Jeremy, can you speak? All right. Then of course we have Jonathan's picture. Yay! So,
My very special and original picture.
yes, exactly. And then Julio smiling here, and Min is what is that? Is that a bird?
Yes, That pigeon.
Is it alive?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anyway, well, welcome everybody. So now we're going to go ahead and start on the lesson on isolation. And really, this is really about the and how technology has changed the way we interact with each other. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do now, we're going to start out this time by just plugging in and getting into the definitions. We're going to predict some answers, and then we are going to read an article. And if there's time, we will go ahead and do some grammar with prepositions and collocations and vocabulary, and then have a talking point. So, all right. So the first thing, we have 6 words. So I will have 6 of you read a definition, and we have a decline, a correlation, well-being, profound, anxiety, and fleeting. Okay. Does everybody know all of those words?
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know only second, third, words, and another word meaning don't know.
Okay. The other meaning's good. So you'll be learning some new words today. So okay. So we have a decline, which is when something decreases or it goes down, or we stop doing something. Okay. Thanks, Jonathan. A correlation is when two things are kind of there's a link between two things. So a correlation between two things. Well-being is how healthy a person is, usually a mental health. If something is profound, it's very deep. It's a deep thought. If you have profound thoughts, you are a deep thinker. Anxiety, if you are anxious or you have full of anxiety, you worry a lot. And if something is fleeting, it's very, very quick. Like my snap right here was fleeting. So it was there 1 minute and gone the next. Okay, so let's go ahead and match these. We have letter A. Let's start with Jonathan. Would you read letter A? Oh, he's gone. Sorry. Oops. Julio, could you read letter A?
A decline, a gradual
Letter
decrease.
A. Letter A.
Oh, sorry. Feeling worry, nervousness.
And that would be
That will be anxiety.
anxiety. Perfect. Okay. Feeling of worry and nervousness is anxiety. Okay. And then who's a Naga? Can you read letter B?
A gradual decrease, a decline.
A decline. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And then Min, can you read letter C?
Yes. A link or connection between two or more things. Correlation.
Perfect. A correlation is a link or connection between two or more things. Okay. And Jeremy, can you speak? Okay. So Daniel, can you read letter D?
Deep, meaningful. It's number 4, profound.
Perfect. So if you're deep and meaningful, if you have deep and meaningful thoughts, you're profound. Okay. Is it Tice? Can you read letter E?
Lasting for a very short time, so reasonably fleeting.
Fleeting. Perfect. So something it lasts for a short time, it is fleeting. Excellent. And then Alejandro, Can you read letter F?
The state of feeling happy and healthy, well-being.
Well-being, perfect. Well-being. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. What we're going to do is choose the correct alternative to each statement and check your
Just,
answers by reading the
just a
article.
question.
Yes.
It's about the word fleeting. In what kind of context you mostly use this word?
When you say, for example, if it's used as an adjective, and for example, I had a fleeting thought. Fleeting thought. Or I saw the train. I saw the train for a basically fleeting moment. Um, and and some people don't ever use fleeting. They might say quick, but this is just one choice. I'm not sure I use it all that much. This is not a word that's that I ever think to use. So, but it is definitely an adjective and used before like thought and moment. So, good question. Any other questions about these words?
Decline a word, another declaration, maybe same or other meaning. Decline and declaration are other.
No, no. Declaration is a declaration would be, and as saying that's the other word. The meaning for that would be the verb for that is to declare.
Declare.
Yeah. So decline basically is something that goes down. So another word for decline would be decrease. So we have, for example, in many homes, there's a decline in TV watching because everybody is on the internet. So, okay,
Thank you.
good. And any other questions?
Meaningful is a sign that deep. Oh,
Yeah.
ah,
And if it's meaningful, it's not just deep, but it's also it's something that you will remember. A philosopher has deep and meaningful statements.
okay.
Okay, so did I really put 4 here? All right. Any other questions? Good questions. All right, so let's choose the correct alternatives to each statement and then check your answers by reading the article. So number 1, Jonathan, are you back? No. Okay. Tice, can you read number 1?
Yes. So let's go. To Italian academics conducted a study on modern communication. What did they find? Should I keep reading?
Yeah, just read the choices if you could.
Letter A. Without face-to-face interaction, we are happier. Letter B. Without face-to-face interaction, we are less happy. Letter C. There is no correlation between a decline in face-to-face contact and a decline in your well-being.
Okay, thank you. So in your Tice, what do you think is the answer? What is your guess?
Let me see. I don't know. I think it's letter C, but I'm not so sure.
Okay, that is your guess. Okay.
Like,
What we will do is see we have 5. What we will do is we'll read the article and check to see. Okay, and Julio, could you read number 2?
What is text neck? A medical condition? Type of
Okay.
message? Symptom? social habit,
Uh-huh.
a
Okay.
medical
What,
condition.
your guess is medical condition. Okay, and we'll see if the answer is correct. And then we have, and then Jose Naga. I went ahead and muted you, so if you can unmute first and then read this. So you would need to go to the top of the screen and press on the uh, microphone icon. Okay, good. Okay. Your computer is really loud, and so I finally had to just mute you so that we could hear Tice. So, okay, can you read the number 3?
Read. According to a study, w- what is the effect of text message on children? Text messaging has a negative impact on children's grammar and spelling. Text messages has no impact on children's grammar and spelling. Text messaging improves children's grammar and spelling.
Okay, so what is your guess?
I think maybe will be C.
Okay, we'll let her see. Okay, and thank you very much. And if you can mute when you're not speaking, because we hear your fan or something from your computer. So, number 4, Daniel, can you read that one?
Yeah, sure. Which behavior is a sign that we need face-to-face communication? Letter A, sending text message to people in the same room. B, staring at the ellipses
Mm-hmm.
that messaging apps display to tell you somebody's writing a message. C, checking your email every 5 minutes. Um, Probably letter A, sending text messages to people in the same room.
And that is pretty sad, but we do it. So, all right, and let's see. And then we, Mean, could you read number 5?
What the apps somebody allow you to do? Send a message which is then delivered by a person who is in the games area as the recipient.
Recipient. The same area as the recipient. Okay.
Call a complete stranger. Remind yourself to have more face-to-face interaction. I don't know the app somebody, but I guess the answer is C. Remind yourself to have more face-to-face interaction.
Okay. So now what we are going to do is um, read the paragraph and then decide if our answers up here or if our guesses were correct or incorrect. So, is a decline in face-to-face contact leading to a decline in our well-being? Rodri Martin feels that email, text, and social media keep him sufficiently connected, but still values his chats with the DHL guy. So, Alejandro, can you read number 1?
Uh, I am writing this on Wednesday lunchtime. The only face-to-face interaction I had since Sunday is a 30 minutes appointment with a psychopath therapist.
Okay, and this one we say physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist. Okay, all right. And Daniel, could you read the next one?
Okay, I'm not complaining. In many ways, I'm lucky that I can do most of my work from home, and over the years, I've chosen to continue doing so. The variety of electronic communication available to me, email, text, social media, keeps me sufficiently connected with others for me to feel vaguely human. But when the workload grows, I certainly feel that absence of real interaction, and I know from experience that it's not enough to make small talk with a DHL delivery guy.
And I love your pace of reading. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's perfect. There was one pronunciation though that was just dead wrong, and that was variety. So we say variety.
Variety.
Yeah, but your pronunciation in this when you read was excellent. So number three,
Thank you.
who's say Naga? Can you read that number three?
Two Italian academics disclosed the result of a study this week that found a strong correlation between a decline in face-to-face contact and decline in our well-being. Engaging with people face-to-face, they say, has a deep and profound effect on us that's related to our status as a social species. Social media, it appears, isn't that social at all.
All right, thank you. And Jonathan, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, did you read number four?
Sure. When I read this, I felt strangely defensive of modern communication. After all, we negotiate its limitations pretty well, don't we? We found ways of expressing sincerity, honesty, and other emotions that would normally be conveyed by tone of voice or facial muscles. Then again, you only need to look at Twitter for 10 minutes to be reminded that many misunderstandings simply wouldn't happen in a face-to-face situation.
True. Okay, number five, Julio.
Electronic communication by text has come under criticism this week. A physician voiced his fears over what he calls text neck, a condition where the action of bending your neck to look at our phones results in the first few months of our and I can
You see it
okay
now?
our cervical spine bending forward in an unusual way. Then there were arguments over a study into whether instant messaging has a negative impact on children's spelling and grammar skills. The study found that this was absolutely not the case, but many people still believe that the use of shortcuts, emoticons, and abbreviations causes untold damage to our brains.
Okay, thank you. Min, can you read number six?
Then in the New York Times, writer Jessica Bennett explored the anxiety related to the typing awareness indicator, the ellipsis that messaging apps displays to tell you that a reply is imminent. We can spend endless empty moments staring at that indicators, knowing that someone is thinking about us, but not knowing precisely what. And in many ways, that behavior is a sign of our need for the real-time interaction.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and then number seven, Tice, can you read that one?
Yes, and so, and then film director and actor Miranda July had an idea to transform the personal into the physical. She just launched an app called Somebody, which allows you to send a message which is then delivered in person by a messenger who happens to be in the same area as the recipient. You can volunteer to become a messenger too. It may fall short of modern standards of efficiency, but rehearsals, unpredictable, undocumented Fleeting interactions with strangers can bring great joy and inspiration.
Okay, thank you. And and Daniel, could you read the next one?
She is probably right. Perhaps it's time for me to leave the house and make some of those fleeting interactions happen.
All right, thank you. All right, are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know? Is everybody
No,
fine?
no or no, not no.
Okay, so everybody's fine with this?
Could you
Uh,
repeat?
Are there any words or phrases in the here that we read that you do not know or you need clarification on?
This one that I just read is like
Hmm.
reassures. It's like when you say something and you are like pretty sure about it. You know what
Which word? Which word?
I don't know if my pronunciation is correct. Reassures.
Reassures. Yes, that is, and that is when you your pronunciation is very good. If you reassure someone, you are letting them know that. That's exactly what I'm doing to you. I'm reassuring you that your pronunciation was correct.
Gotcha. I
So
know what you mean. Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay. Right. Any other words or phrases?
Holly, what does ellipsis mean in the sixth
Uh,
paragraph?
yeah. And the ellipsis is when you have the dot dot dot.
Ah, okay.
And
Thank you.
so that's a lot of times when I write, like when I give a Facebook post or something like that, I'll say I'll write a sentence and then I'll put dot dot dot, and that's called an ellipsis. So
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
And about
Any other words?
imminent, please, imminent.
If something is imminent, it means it's eventually going to happen. But where is it located? Husei Naga.
Imminent.
So where in the text is it? So I want to make sure that number 6.
6.6. Imminent.
Okay.
Imminent.
So
Uh,
imminent.
that messaging apps display to tell you that a reply is imminent.
Okay, yeah, the messaging apps display to tell you that the reply is imminent, that it's going to be coming eventually. So say for example, if you're chatting with somebody on the internet and you see that you're waiting for their reply and you just start looking at the chat box waiting for the reply, that's what it's saying. So the display tells you that the reply is coming. So if something is imminent, it's on its way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other words or phrases? Okay.
In
Okay, mean.
number two,
Okay, and number 2, and what word? You're cutting out in and out.
human, what? Vaguli human.
Regularly
You
women.
hear me? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, your internet is going in and out. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't
Your
understand. Vaguely. Oh, vaguely human.
Vaguli
Okay,
human.
sufficiently yeah,
What
vaguely
is
human.
mean?
Okay, so this email, text, social media keeps me sufficiently connected with others for me to feel a little human. So vaguely is a little, and then human is a person. It makes me feel like I am normal. So I am a normal person. So a little human. All right. Any other words or phrases? And Hussein Naga, could you mute? Because yeah, there I've muted you because your computer is making a loud sound, and it's hard for me to hear. Can you continue staying muted until you speak, please? Can you
Uh,
please mute?
muted.
Mute. That's where you make your computer silent, your microphone silent, because
Uh,
we are hearing your computer.
uh-huh.
It's hard to hear others.
I try to do silent.
Yeah, basically, that's what I've done, and you every time I mute you, you unmute yourself. So, uh,
Mhm.
if you could make your microphone silent, please. Thank you. Perfect. All right. Because I've had a hard time hearing Tyson mean because of your computer. All right. Any other questions here?
Yeah, I have one about the pronunciation. It's in the fourth paragraph.
Okay. And what word?
Um, it's muscles, I think.
Okay, let's see.
Tone of voice or facial muscles.
Yes, okay. You're correct. Your pronunciation is correct. Facial muscles. So in this respect, the S and the C are kind of together. So muscles. So pretty much pronounced like this is more the pronunciation. So, all right, Elvinho, welcome. So, all right, any other words? Okay, so let's go back up and check our answers. All right, so number one, 2 Italian academics conducted a study on modern communication. What did they find? A, without face-to-face interaction, we are happier. Without face-to-face interaction, we are less happy. Or there is no correlation between a decline in face-to-face contact and a decline in our well-being. So what is the correct answer? We have our guess here, but what is the correct answer? Anybody know? Anybody remember from the article?
I think it's B. Without face-to-face interaction, we are less happy.
Yes, that is what the article said. Okay, so question for you. Do you agree with that?
I
Jonathan, do you agree?
I do agree with that because I think that when we don't have enough interaction, human interaction, we start to feel bad and sad and alone in the life. I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
we humans are like that.
Yeah. I find that if I don't have enough face-to-face interaction when I do go out, I snap at people. So I'm like, oh, I need to spend more time with people. So that's my experience. Like, so I'm not as nice or not as friendly to a storekeeper or something like that. And so does anybody disagree with this? Or does everybody agree? All right. So next one, what is text neck? A medical condition, B, a type of message, and C, a social habit. And does anybody remember what the correct answer was?
I think it's a social habit.
It was actually a medical condition. So in here it says in here, a physician voiced his fears over what he calls text neck, a condition where the action of bending your neck to look at our phones results in the first few bones of our cervical spine bending forward in an unusual way. So many of us are getting text neck.
Yeah.
So, Sylvan Ho, can you speak? So let's go to the number 3. According to a study, what is the effect of text messaging on children? A, text messaging has a negative effect on children's grammar and spelling. B, text messaging has no impact on children's grammar and spelling. And C, text messaging improves children's grammar and spelling. Does anybody remember the answer?
Letter A.
Letter A, yeah. No,
No,
actually,
it's letter B.
it's letter B. The answer was letter B. However, what it says is a lot of teachers and a lot of parents think that it's a negative impact. But through studies, let's look at it. It says there were arguments over a study into whether instant messaging has a negative impact on children's spelling and grammar skills. The study found that this was absolutely not the case. But many people still believe that the use of shortcuts, emoticons, and abbreviations causes untold damage to our brains. So a lot of people don't agree with the study, but the study said there was no impact. So, all right, number 4, which behavior is a sign that we need face-to-face communication? Sending messages, text messages to people in the same room. I think that's a sign. Staring at the ellipsis that messaging apps display to tell you that somebody is writing a message, or checking your mail every 5 minutes. Does anybody remember what the article said?
Letter A, I think.
Yeah, letter A. Let's look. So it says in here, then in the New York Times, writer Jessica Bennett explained the anxiety related to the typing awareness indicator, the ellipsis that messaging apps display to tell you that a reply is imminent. We can spend endless empty moments staring at that indicator, knowing that someone is thinking about us, but not knowing precisely what. And in many ways, that behavior is a sign of our need for real-time interaction. So that ellipsis, or the looking and checking to see if somebody has sent you a Skype, or an AIM, or what all the other IMs, or Facebook, Facebook chat or whatever. That's a sign that we need to go out and talk to people. So, all right,
Yeah,
and
I thought it was letter A because my brother just sent me a WhatsApp message and he is in the next room.
did he really? I
Yeah.
I'll sometimes get messages from people who are in the same room, but that's because they don't want to bother me while I'm studying, while I'm teaching. So maybe he doesn't want to bother you. Who knows?
No, actually, the
How
case
funny.
here is because we are too lazy, I think.
Too lazy to stand up and go talk to the other person. Okay, so what does the app Somebody allow you to do? Does anybody remember that one?
Letter A.
Yes. So that's the one that you read. Send a message which is then delivered by a person who is in the same area as the recipient. Interesting. So, okay, would anybody here use Somebody?
I'm trying to download it right now. Let's see.
Oh, are you?
Yes,
Oh, tell us. There is actually that app. I thought it was a kind of a possible app.
yeah, let's see
So,
if it's true.
Daniel, would you use Somebody?
mm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hussein Naga, would you use Somebody? You need to unmute first.
Mm, I don't use.
Okay. You don't use. Would you? Would you consider it? Okay. All right. And Jonathan, how about you? Would you use Somebody?
Yes, I would use it if I could.
Uh
I
huh.
think it would be a good experience to see what happens when you talk to a person that you really don't know, a complete strange person.
Yeah, really. Okay. I I just hate the idea. so,
Why? Why do you
so
hate it?
because I guess it's well, a stranger. Say for example, a stranger coming in and saying, "I need to give you a hug. I've been paid by the somebody act app to come give you a hug from your friend in Saudi Arabia, or whatever." It's like, no, no, no.
No,
I'm
you
not going to accept a hug from a friend from you because even though that kind of thing.
no, because you
So
could just talk to the strange person and see what happens if he or she is a good person and things like those.
yeah,
I
but what
think
if
I
that
could
person is?
even go ahead.
What if the person's not a good person?
What are the sorry? What did you say?
I said, what if the person is not a good person?
You just could cut the conversations and that's it. I think.
Uh, yeah, I think that I have more. I have a lot of stranger danger, and maybe you like meeting people. So you're the extrovert. I'm the introvert. So, all right, Julio, would you use somebody?
Well, I'm an introvert myself,
Uh
but
huh.
since I had the accident,
Uh
I've
huh.
been trying to be more open-minded when it comes to people.
Uh huh.
And for example, where I live, sometimes there is it's a long way from where the housing is to get to the main highway, so you can take the bus.
Uh huh.
So sometimes I see people like people that live nearby, walking towards their bus stop. So I've been like giving them lifts,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, and I've been like interacting with these completely random people that actually get to be living nearby, so they are neighbors.
Uh huh.
And I've been like giving them leaves and talking to them, and that's been like very refreshing. And I've noticed that most of the people are good people. So
Wow.
sometimes we are afraid of interacting with people because, as you mentioned it before, we have this stranger danger thing,
Mhm.
and it takes very little time when you actually open yourself to notice that most of the people are good.
Mhm.
I've met like 20 different people this week, and everybody was really nice. And now when I see them around the neighborhood, I get to say hello, and we have little
Mhm.
chat. So I feel that that has had a positive impact in
Mhm.
my life. So probably I would. If you would have asked me 3 months ago, I would have told you that no, I would have
Yeah.
been reluctant. But now I think I would.
Huh. So it's interesting how things change. Wow. All right. Thank you. Min, would you use that app? Somebody.
No, I had never used this app before,
Yeah.
and I also think like junior idea that we don't know the person we send a message, maybe a database person, and
Mhm.
so send a message to them is not a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't if
And I
you
don't
would not
like
download the app and use it.
this app anymore.
Okay. Uh, okay. So you do not like the idea of the app. Okay. And Tice, how about you? You said that you were just checking it out? Did you said but you can't find it, right?
No, so I think it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Would I mean, if it did exist, would you download it?
Yes, just to check it out, but I don't know. I think the same thing as you. I don't know. It's like weird to have someone that you don't know, like giving you a message from someone. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds weird to me.
Yeah. There's an organization we have in the States that I actually am part of. It's actually a company. It's called We Go Look. and I'm a contractor for them. And what they do is I've never worked for them, but I'm signed up to do it, and I just have not done it yet. But what it is somebody in one part of the country wants to look at real estate, or they want to do something, and they hire a local to go look and take pictures.
Mm,
And so to me that makes more sense than the Somebody app where you deliver a person a message online message. Um, all right. So where we are we at? Okay. So what we're going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to do this talking point, and then if we still have time after we do the talking point, um, then we will go back and do the work on the prepositions and some of these other activities. Okay, so Jonathan, though, you've put on the chat, ha ha ha, I found one called Chat with Somebody. What is it?
This is an application that I found in the Google Play Store. I think that's the app that we're talking here about, but I'm not sure. I don't want to download it because I don't see many people using it, so it would be boring to not find anyone.
Uh-huh. And does it have yeah, any is it free?
Yes, it is free.
Huh. Okay, because it makes me want to check my app. I use an Apple, so it makes me want to go, okay. I'm just typing in somebody to see.
Yes, maybe in the App Store is also present. I don't
Yeah, I've got scare somebody,
know.
be somebody, she's somebody's daughter, somebody's watching you, somebody saved my balloon. None of this,
I
and
have
then
one called Somebody Likes You.
okay, wow, okay, oh, that's funny. Okay, let's go ahead. So Daniel, number one, do you agree with the writer?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a huge problem, especially for me because I've been facing this problem every day, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to find a way out, but it's so hard. Maybe it's because I'm so addicted to electronics because I work with it. I am a
Mhm.
software developer, and I'm always
Mhm.
using my phone and the internet. But I'm
Mhm.
trying to do so because I'm finding really I'm finding some problems with my friends. Because
Mhm.
every time we try to hang out together, like go into a pub or something, drink some beers, we're always with our phones on the table and replying
Yeah.
messages or just checking
Well,
our WhatsApp or Facebook.
okay, so basically you put the phones. Well, I've heard about people doing this. Everybody puts their phones in the middle of the table, and the first person to touch that phone has to pay for that round.
Yeah, we have a pub here that does that.
Really?
Yeah,
So yeah.
but
Okay.
it didn't work with me.
It doesn't work with you. So
Yeah.
you'll go. I gotta touch it. I'll pay. Don't worry about it. So okay. So Hussein Naga. Number two. Do you think we use electronic communication too much?
I don't think use electronic communication too much.
Uh-huh.
It it is individual, maybe factor. Depend depend on person. One person maybe use a lot, another don't use not not lot. And electronic communication, I think, more useful thing in nowadays.
Mhm. All right.
We must, if we don't want, we must. Many useful things.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much, Hussein Naga. Jonathan. Has the way we communicate changed for better or for worse since you were younger?
I think it has changed in different ways depending on the person, because there are people that use the technology to communicate in good ways. For example, when your family is far away and when you need to say something to somebody that you are going to see tomorrow and you need to tell him or her anything right now. But there are other people that use it every day, every single minute. Even if you're talking to him or her, she or he is just typing in her or his cell phone, and that's very annoying. So I think that depends on the person.
Hmm. Yeah. So, because everybody is slightly different as far as that goes. I remember the first time I went abroad was in 1994, before we had internet and all that, and communicating with my family was so much more expensive. And the second time I went abroad, we had email and internet, and it was a lot more, a lot easier to communicate with family. Um, so,
Sure.
right,
For example,
yeah.
we couldn't do this class without this technology, or it would be very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this type of class is actually one of the, I think, positive aspects of of the technology. Definitely. So,
Yes, sure.
yeah.
I agree with you.
So, and Julio has a see number 4. Do you think the situation will change in the future? If so, how?
No, I think that the trend it's pretty clear. I mean, nowadays people live really fast lives, and interacting with other people through electronic means definitely is not a fad. It's something that's going to continue because it have proven to be effective, especially in business
Hmm.
and education. So I don't think I think at some point we do have to, like, in a personal level, we do have to balance it.
Yeah.
But definitely as a society, I think it's gonna grow. Actually, I believe in education. I think that in a few, I don't know, maybe a decade, most of universities and schools, they will a really big important part of their program is going to be online, because
Yeah.
definitely online education has proven to be the future of education. So you can see us here, like, 6 people from different parts of the world in the same classroom, having a class with a native speaker and watching a presentation like in a live feed. So
Hmm.
this is marvelous, and I think it's going to grow even more.
Yeah, I hope so. It just I've ever since I really uh, came into this, I have been totally sold on this type of training. And I remember when I first heard about web cameras in the early 2000s, and people said, "Oh yeah, you can put a web camera and people will be able to see you." And I was like, "That is never going to happen. I will never be on the web." And then my brother-in-law bought me a web camera and gave it to me, and as I was heading back to Finland, and I started communicating with my family, and I saw my family Christmas over, I think it was MSN that year or something. And then what happened was I realized, gee, we can use this in training really easy. And that's how I got into it, was because somebody bought me a web camera. So it was really awesome.
Mhm.
But anyway, Min, do you agree with the writer?
Yes, uh, yes, I agree with writers, especially in the statements. Uh, there are correlation between the decline in face-to-face contact and the decline in our well-being. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And social media isn't that social at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting because it's a worldwide phenomenon. Here we are all from, see, we have Brazil, Vietnam, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Azerbaijan, and where is Daniel's from Europe? No, Daniel's from Brazil too. Um, you're all are from all over the world, and we all have the same issue. It's amazing. So, um, and Tice, do you think we use electronic communication too much? And this is what I'm going to add to this question that Julio made me think of it. Nowadays, people are trying to have a work-life balance. Do you think in the future people will concentrate on having a technology life balance?
I don't know, to be honest, because using me as an example, I use too much my cell phone all the time. Like, I'm addicted, and I don't know what to do to
Mm-hmm.
stop that. So I don't know, maybe in the future, I think it's gonna be worse. I don't know
Mm.
if people can, like, control and balance, like, social life and real life
Mm-hmm.
with technology.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be worse.
Do you guys remember hearing about the baby in South Korea who died from starvation? This was probably about 7 or 8 years ago. I know I was still living in Finland, and the mother and father were spending all their time at the internet cafes. So they were going over to the internet cafes, and they were spending. They were like doing these different. It wasn't Second Life, but it was like a 3D environment where they had this life, this other life, and then the baby died because they left the baby at home and completely neglected it. Does anybody remember that?
Unfortunately, I don't remember. But
Yeah, I do. It was several years
That
ago.
was Yeah, that was just it's like 7 or 8 years
I
ago.
didn't know
I was
actually the
just
real
blown away.
reason why it happened. I didn't know that it was because they were spending too much time on the internet cafe.
Yeah, that's why, because the baby they would leave for 12, 14 hours at a time, and the baby was of course very malnourished, and um, it just blows my mind that somebody would do that, and that they were just so concentrated on their life on the computer that they weren't actually living their real life, and that's I think the problem with this type of thing. But
Hmm.
anyway, everyone, I want to thank you for your participation. If you want to stick around for the next class, I will be teaching a class on, excuse me, expensive taste. So anyway, I'll see you all. Thank you very much for your participation, and we'll see you another time. And sorry about my coughing. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Holly. See you
Ciao.
Thank
later.
Bye.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.